You're not bad with money. You're just living in a world where everything that used to be free quietly started charging you. And the worst part? It happens so subtly, you don't even notice it. Until one day, you do. It's a bright Sunday morning. You wake up feeling good. Today's simple, no stress, no work. Just a chill day, exploring a local street festival you saw online. Food stalls, handmade crafts, music, good vibes. You grab your keys, head out the door, and think, finally, a free day. Yeah, about that. The first thing you notice when you arrive? Parking, plenty of space, empty spots everywhere. But not a single one is free. $12 for general parking, which doesn't sound insane. Until you realize something. There was a time when parking almost everywhere cost nothing. Back in the late 1930s, cities started installing parking meters. One of the first was introduced in 1935, and by 1937, they were spreading to cities across the country. At the time, it was controversial. Now, it's normal. And not just normal, it's everywhere. You're paying just to exist somewhere temporarily. And here's the real question. Why would you pay $12 to park just to go spend more money inside? But whatever. You shrug it off. It's just $12. You park. You move on. You walk toward the entrance. Music's playing, people laughing, smells amazing. Then you see it. A folding table, 2 people standing behind it. Let's call them Ryan and Melissa. And they're not letting you in. Until you pay $8 admission to enter a public market. Now, years ago, events like this were open, free, because the idea was simple. More people equals more customers equals more sales for vendors. Now, it's flipped. You pay to enter, then pay to shop, then pay to leave. And sure, some events donate proceeds. That's fair. But most, they just realize something. If people are willing to show up, they're willing to pay. So now you're in. Down $20 already. And you haven't bought a single thing. You walk around a bit, you see something you like. Handmade leather wallet, you reach for your pocket. Yeah, you don't have enough cash. But it's fine. Because right there, an ATM, bright screen, clean, convenient, almost too convenient. You walk up, insert your card, withdraw $40. Then you see the fee, $5.75. Here's what most people don't realize. Before the late 1990s, ATM fees were either tiny or didn't exist at all. Banks used them as a perk, a service. But around 1997, regulations changed, and suddenly, ATM owners could charge their own fees. Now you're paying your bank $3.25. A TM owner, $2.50. That's $5.75. Just to access your own money. That's over 14% of your withdrawal. Gone. Instantly. You cancel the transaction. Because now it feels personal. At this point, you're slightly annoyed, so you decide, forget this, I'm going somewhere peaceful. Nature, a park, fresh air, something that hopefully hasn't been monetized. On the way, your tire pressure light turns on. Perfect timing. You pull into a gas station, find the air pump, and there it is. $2 for 5 minutes of air. Now that one feels ridiculous. Because air used to be free. Before the 1980s, most gas stations offered it as a courtesy. Some even checked your tires for you. Now, you swipe your card to buy air. But here's the twist. In some places, if you walk inside and ask, they'll turn it on for free. Same machine. Same air, different outcome. You fix your tire and get back on the road. Finally, the park, you pull up, trees everywhere, quiet, peaceful, exactly what you needed. Then you reach the entrance, and there's a booth, $25 per vehicle. Now here's the crazy part. Before the early 1970s, most national parks were completely free, or the ones that did charge cost pennies. Now it's a standardized corporate-style fee structure. Before, there was no cost of entry, no permits, nothing at all. Then policies changed, funding shifted, and now you pay taxes and still pay to enter. You pause for a second. Do you really want to pay again? After everything today? You sigh, turn the car around, and head home. You sit on your couch, mentally exhausted. You just want something simple. Turn on the TV, relax. Nothing works. Your streaming apps are locked. Subscription expired, and it hits you. There was a time when TV didn't need subscriptions. All you needed was an antenna. Channels were free, funded by ads or public broadcasting. Now, you're paying $12.99 here, $9.99 there, $14.99 somewhere else. On average, people now spend around $55 per month on streaming. That's over $650 a year for entertainment. So you grab your phone to pay the bill, call the provider, and they tell you there's a $7 convenience fee for phone payments. Convenience fee for giving them money. At this point, it almost feels like a joke. So you turn to something else. Gaming. You load up your favorite game. You already paid $80 for it. But then you see $25 skins, $30 expansion packs, $15 monthly pass. Games used to be simple. You bought it, you owned it, that was it. Now, you're buying access, then getting sold the rest later. And that's when it clicks. It's not just one thing, it's everything. Parking, entry fees, ATM withdrawals, air, nature, entertainment, convenience. All of it used to be included or free, or at least reasonable. Now, everything is a transaction. And the scary part is, it didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, quietly, one small fee at a time. So no, you're not bad with money. You're just navigating a system where free became paid, convenience became premium, and basic access became a subscription. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, because now it starts showing up everywhere, in ways you never paid attention to before, like your phone. You remember when buying a phone meant you owned it. No monthly surprises, no hidden charges. Now, you're paying $20 for extra storage, $10 for cloud backup, $5 for premium features that used to come standard. And if you stop paying, you don't lose convenience, you lose access to your own data. Or take something even simpler. Water. You go to the coffee shop, ask for a glass of water, and they point you to a fridge, $3 bottled water. Now sure, it's filtered, mineral-infused, premium, but it's still water. Something that used to be freely offered, now packaged, branded, and sold back to you. And then there's software. There was a time when you could buy a program once and use it forever. Now, everything is a subscription. $10 a month, $20 a month, $30 a month. Individually, not a big deal. But stack them up, and suddenly you're paying hundreds every year, just to keep things running. And here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just about paying more, it's about how it changes your behavior. You hesitate more. You calculate more. You second-guess simple decisions. Is this worth it? Do I really need this? Should I wait? Even for things that used to be effortless. Because now, every action has a price attached to it. And over time, that does something to you. Not just financially, but mentally. A simple day out turns into parking fee, entry fee, service fee, convenience fee. And by the time you get home, you're not just out of money, you're drained. Not because you did too much, but because everything required a decision, a payment, a trade-off. And that's the real cost no one talks about. It's not just the $5 here or the $10 there. It's the constant friction. A simple day out isn't simple anymore. It's a series of small payments, small decisions, small trade-offs. And by the end of it, you're not just spending money, you're spending energy. That's the part most people miss. It's not just the cost, it's the constant awareness of the cost. And when that becomes normal, you stop questioning it. Because if something has always cost money, you don't think twice. But this didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, quietly, one small charge at a time. So, it's not just that life got more expensive, it's that more things became things you have to pay for, and start asking, how many times am I being charged without even noticing? But now you do. Now you see that it's not just inflation. It's not just things getting more expensive. It's a shift. From a world where you paid once to a world where you keep paying again and again and again. So remember this. You were never just bad with money. You were just playing a game where the rules quietly changed and nobody told you. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to stay tuned for future uploads. I'm Bean Capital. I'll see you in the next one.